Ahoy there, matey, my friends. We are watching the results of the FOMC. Take a seat over there, baby dolls. We just had the FOMC meeting, and experts call it the FOMC. And Jay Powell has just said the words, "We are happy with the progress of inflation." But as I told you, the secret, friends, you don't actually need to look at that. See, this is the Bitcoin chart. But if you follow me closely, you'll always know about this secret chart, the US 2-year bond yield. The US 2-year bond yield, you see this big fat red daily candle? That's actually what just happened now. It's down to a rate of 4.46%. Now, if you remember, the US rates are 5.5%. So you're thinking, wait, that's interesting. The US 2-year bond yield, which is the next 2 years of rates, never even hit 5.5% when Jay Powell was saying, "Oh, we're going to hike the rates higher for longer." Yeah. So when he was talking like that, because he's a cuck, he's a reptilian lizard overlord, no one believed him. And by no one, the retailers believed him. You believed him. I didn't believe him. I called him a cuck. Unfortunately, the insiders who are literally on cheat mode, they didn't believe him because they knew he was bluffing. That's why the US 2-year bond, there's trillions of dollars out there acting in the yield curve. Okay, so this is the funny part, friends. Even though it's meant to be fair and open and honest, it's not. Because there are big, powerful reptilian overlords out there. All right, and these big, powerful people, they have giant businesses, international, trans-Pacific type of, they have the control of the airlines, they control just big industries, okay? And it takes a long time to move stuff. Now, the important part to remember is because it takes a long time to move stuff, they have to start cheating beforehand. What I mean by cheating? Well, maybe that extra loan that someone was going to get, maybe they're a big mining company, maybe they were thinking of expanding to a whole new extra area, right, of land. And they were thinking of getting like, multiple $1 billion of loans. Well, if they know that Chairman Powell, right, lizard dude, is actually bluffing about the economy being, oh, it's strong and jobs are great and, we're not going to hike rates. If they knew, right, they knew he's bluffing, they hold back on that. They put it in their roadmap, basically. It's just like an altcoin roadmap, except these roadmaps are ginormous, okay? Now, you got to think about this with all the insiders, okay? Yeah, it might be anywhere from 10 to 100 people, those close insiders, but they're very wealthy. They probably control like 80% of America. So this kind of makes sense now, right? You think, okay, now that makes sense. So these people with their billions and billions and billions of dollars, probably adding up to trillions and all their wealth, because they know that everything's being bluffed, they don't go and commit to those new projects and things start to naturally turn down, okay? So when it comes to the FOMC, people were believing false words. I wasn't. I knew they were bluffing, but this is what happens in every cycle, okay? They just keep lying and lying and lying, but you got to watch the big money. The big money moving in the yield curve, they are saying something different. So they're like, yeah. Oh, yeah, let's believe his words. Not really. Their money talks, okay? Because at the end of the day, if they really did believe it, the shapes of the yield curve and the yields themselves, they'd be telling a different story, okay? That's why they always say, a lot of people say, watch the bond market. The bond market's like where the real money is. That makes sense, right? Because the bond market is debt, okay? So your footprints to acquire debt for the future, that tells a bigger story, right? Because with your debt, if you screw this up, right, you get your neck cut off. So this is the most important part. Now, of course, what does this mean for crypto? Well, we have rate cuts now. Yes, it's great. We have rate cuts coming on the agenda, but we know, we've only made like 1,000 videos on this, pretty much. When they cut rates, it's bad, okay? So some of you in the comment section, I've noticed, right? You're my baby dolls. Keep commenting, confirm your friendship. Also confirm your humanity in there. So in the comment section, I know you always say like, why is rate cuts bad? Why is rate cuts bad? It's because they're always too late. That's why. Cutting rates is a long-term effect, same as hiking rates. It takes like 12 to 18 months to seep into the economy. So by the time they cut rates, they're fighting damage from 12 months ago, and they're already on their way. So basically, all those rate hikes from a year ago They are starting to really punch the economy right now. And then it's going to start turning the other way, and you get to see what happens next. So it's a scum game, friends. So what ends up happening is, traditionally, I mean, it's like 12 out of 13 times, literally 12 out of 13 times, they cut the rates, and then the average drawdown for the S&P 500 from the first rate cut is 27% down. Bang. And that's enormous. I'm going to show you what that looks like on the chart. That's actually huge. I'm not sure if you can stomach that, because that's going to be a bit of a doozy for crypto. And this is the S&P 500 now. It's actually, funny enough, screamed through new highs. Just funny to see that. But I know it's like, look at this. Look at this. Okay. Well, when we look down, I mean, from 27% down, oh my gosh, bang. Isn't it fantastic? Look, that would be a perfect move. If let's say S&P 500 is just sideways here, and then by the end of the rate cut segment, we go down to like 27%. Now, I'm just doing an average on 27%, but just want you to know, why is this important? It's because this is what the S&P 500 does, okay? It is a beast. You see this low here? Yeah, it might just go run for it. That's just what it does, and just gets everybody out. And when it gets everybody out, people come and kick, and they scream, and they yell at the Fed, and then the Fed goes, what do you want us to do? And they go, print money again, and then they do it. All right, but that's part of the plan. You see, the government never wants to take the blame for the crashes, okay? They never want to do that. So everything they do is to plan so that it looks natural and organic. But what they do is they rush in with the fire extinguisher telling you, excuse me, what do you want us to do? And you're like, please print money again and rescue this damn thing. Because remember, all the stock markets, like 53% ownership is just baby boomers, straight baby boomers, okay? So it's huge. Now, when it comes to this, crypto's going to do well. Problem is, what happens before that doing well part, all right? Now, you might say, okay, well, I'm just going to hold through. I'm going to hold through too, okay? It's going to be all right. But you don't know what crypto is going to look like on a minus 27% drawdown for the S&P 500, okay? This is where it's going to be harsh, friends. But look, we might find that if S&P 500 does that, it gives us more conviction that the 4-year cycle is not going to go to plan, okay? Because in 3 out of 3 cycles for crypto, S&P 500 was at screaming new highs, okay? So if the S&P 500 does this, and then it's still here, and we are now in mid-2025, you see that? Imagine this pattern actually happens, okay? Let's say the S&P 500 actually does that, okay? Just and it crashes here, okay? And then we have like one final all-season run. This is now 2025, okay? You see this? See how we are not at screaming all-time highs? Well, because we are not at screaming all-time highs, it might add to the conviction or our indicator to be like, you know what? I'm just not buying this crypto rally, right? I know everybody says 4-year cycle, and then we've got another 6 or 9 months to go, but the stock market, as you would see, like if this pattern happened, right? The stock market, it wouldn't be at that all-time high. So just telling you right now, and most people, you think that they're not going to listen to that. Why? Because they believe that the inflation cut from Bitcoin, even though it's so small, they think it's going to be that which gives them infinite riches going forward. So right now, this is the Bitcoin chart, okay? Everybody's looking at it like it's friends. This is what happens, right? Everyone's like saying, wow, look at these 2 4-hour green candles. But that's not telling the full story, man. The full story is in the weekly super chain. We've had 8 green weekly candles. Now we're sitting around here. Maybe, don't know, remember we are in the golden box of friendship here. Like we are so extended right here. Technically, we don't really have to go up, but it would be nice if we go back and we hit that final 48K. And then we just have to do this ranging for the next period, because remember, we've done like 3 hope and disbelief rinses. Hope and disbelief, hope and disbelief, hope and disbelief. Okay, this is going to be another one once it's finally done. We're in the hope phase now. Okay, we're like, oh, I hope it goes to 48K. I hope it does. And then, no, it's broken, okay? Then everyone's going to think, okay, now we're finally done. This is next year, friends. In the next 3 to 6 months, I really can see it and smell it. People are going to believe there are actually no more hope and disbelief rinses. And they're going to be thinking, now we're going all the way up. Nope. No, there's going to be another one. I don't know why. If you look at every single halvening cycle, friends, there's always one more shakeout after the halvening. and our halvening's in April. Okay, so I'm just preparing you mentally for these. So if you're in Bitcoin, you've got a Bitcoin Maxi portfolio, I don't know what to tell you. Like from here to the target's a 2x. Like, you got no one to blame by yourself. Like, you got literally all of next year. Friends, you got the next 28 days. You can just think every single day, watch all my videos and go, hey, maybe I want to do Launchpads. Maybe I want to participate in this ICO. Maybe just throw bullets around and try to participate and do what I can to see in these ecosystems. You know, maybe I want to buy real DeFi, PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex. Maybe I want to buy Chainlink on the dip. You can. There's a lot of options you have. Okay, it's not the end of the world if you get a couple of them wrong, but it's way better than just sitting here to your death and praying that Bitcoin is going to hold up against the S&P 500. Because even if it does, like, what are you going to get out of it? Okay, seriously, what are you going to get out of it? Just like a better downside? That's nothing, mate. What are you here for? Better downside, friends? If you want better downside, just go buy bonds, literally. Because you're not here for that. We're here for really swinging at the fences because everybody's telling us not to, okay? And then probably when Bitcoin starts hitting 70K to 80K, and then people tell you, oh, now you got to swing for the fences. There's a new high, there's a new buy. Once people start talking like that, you go, all right, I'm out. Why? I see Ty Lopez, I see Ian Bellina, I see Jim Cramer again. Okay, so these are the things you want to be looking out for. So these are cute to look at, but really at the end of the day, we're still waiting to see how it plays out. Now, friends, I just want to quickly share with you. This is the Terra Luna Classic USTC. It's down to 4 cents. You see this chart pattern here? This is just a poopy zone, friends. Remember, I made sure I told you, scum are telling you it's going to repeg. Yes, sure, there are things that we are in that haven't gone to the all-time high and whatever. But if you really want to talk like that, then just leave because you're not going to make it out for you. If you're going to honestly, you're going to talk back at somebody who's trying to help you and tell you, hey, don't believe these narratives. They're already long to dump. If you're honestly really matching that up with people who are like putting all these strong fundamentals with long-term view and you can actually see them on chain, then you got no hope you're not going to make it if you're really going to think like that. Now, this was the picture I wanted to show you as well. This is showing you the data. Okay, since the 1970, there's been 9 instances which the Fed significantly cut rates. The average maximum drawdown at the start is minus 27% from the top to the very bottom. Okay, so this is not just hocus pocus stuff that we're making up. Now, I also just want to tell you, friends, like honestly, if you're holding stuff in profit, I'm not telling you to buy or sell or do whatever. I'm just telling you if you're holding like a trash meme coin, like BONK, okay, and yeah, I don't care who that upsets. I'm telling you right now, anything that goes up 60x in this environment in like 12 days, whatever it was, and you're not taken out and you're actually believing the BS out there, because so friends, I'm seeing on my timeline, there are people, respected individuals in the industry, they're making essays saying, why BONK is more than just a meme coin. Like, I'm not making these words, like literally saying that. I'm like, all right, bro, you're starting to talk like that, get out. Everybody literally get out. I don't tell people to ever buy or sell, but this is like, just get the hell out. You're now telling me this meme coin has now changed the world and it's going to flip ship and whatever, man. Just like, okay, if you honestly, friends, it's way. These are the same people, they're going to be reflected in your Bitcoin and your Ethereum at the very tops as well. So it's not so easy just to sit here and take the other side. But yeah, if you're on side in profit, it might be. Okay, so yeah, 3 signals to sell. Coin Bureau, for example, literally Coin Bureau started talking about BONK, which is the meme coin on SHIB. Coinbase has listed it. Like this, you can't get more bearish than this. Coinbase listing, and then you dumped on it. So that's just telling you, these events retail, they get rinsed again. You see, that's why everyone in Hex and PulseChain community, oh, it'd be great if Coinbase listed us. No, it won't. No, it won't. Be good at the start, look what happens. Okay, it's an exit signal. Okay, so if they do list it, it's probably end time. Okay, and also mention here, mid-curve Twitter accounts have started making extended posts about why BONK is more than just a meme coin. I say that's hocus pocus. I also found this interesting. So my friend Charles Hoskinson, so Chuck, we've noticed, very interesting, friends. So he has literally just been parroting. Okay, I shouldn't say parroting. It's not a bad term. He's just been literally emulating Richard Hart talking points for the past 3 weeks. Every single one. Free speech, Bitcoin. He's been talking about Bitcoin and how they've changed their ways. Now, they're all logical and true, but it's just so interesting. I'm like, that's weird. These are the exact same Richard Hart talking points. And then someone in the comment section, shout out to you, kind sir, mentioned like his shirt is a bit outlandish when it comes to this. He's talking about free speech. So you remember friends, one of the talking points. PulseChain is free speech, so is Hex, so is PulseX, okay? And they are real DeFi. So it's just interesting how these happen. And look, I've also mentioned to you as well, Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, the community, if you go to the daily active users for PulseChain, it's about 14,000, right? Okay. Cardano in 2020 was about 11,000, okay? And then Cardano from that point went from 11,000 to like 140,000. So around 10 to 12x of the user base, the daily active user base for Cardano, and then Cardano did 100x. So you remember from Metcalfe's law, we did 10 times the user base, daily users, and it gave you 100x price increase. So you square whatever growth you get for the user base. So if we got a 5x, it would be 5 squared, 25x the price increase. I'm not a financial advisor. We don't know. We're just guessing. But just interesting how the ghosts of these communities kind of like, there's similar elements here and there. XRP, Cardano, PulseChain community. So, you know, it's interesting that these things play out. Also, I just want to end it with this, friends. So you're going to be tempted, right? This first wave, blockchain backer, funny, he calls it jealousy capitulations. Funny term, right? It's like you're jealous, all these other things are moving. So let me tell you something, friends. You're going to see this time and time again, not only in here, but in life, okay? And if you honestly think that your brain can make an impactful decision from seeing 50,000 noise signals out there just from these, you're not going to make it. I'll tell you something right now. In crypto specifically, you will be tempted by leverage, more leverage, little leverage, just leverage everywhere, okay? Every single type. Options, different strategies, people doing grid trading. No, it's not grid trading, bro. You're just DCA buying everything and hoping that it ranges in the mode. Okay, it's all these different types. It's the same thing, okay? It's the same thing. There is no secret there. You'll be tempted by these absolute trash altcoins where, okay, so friends, the difference is buying low and selling high, okay? Most influencers, 99% of them, what do? They don't tell you about an ICO they're doing, ever. They never tell you, hey guys, I'm doing this ICO, but you can't get it. They don't say that, okay? Because that's part of their deal, is to shut their mouths, okay? They start talking about it when the advisors want them to, and it's time for launch. Why? So you buy it, okay? So the difference is, if I get ICOs and if I do anything with paid and I tell you what I'm doing, like, hey, I'm doing these ICOs, for example, if you want to buy tickets and go do it, you can. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. The difference is I'm trying to get you in with me. I have the exact same price as you, okay? Now, you never really know, friends. Just that, look, they could just keep lying to us. They could say, oh, I'm at the same price as you, because you could just find out they just don't, okay? But I'm telling you right now, from bottom of my heart, I do have the same price as you. I'm not going to get in anything where I'm like at 1 cent and then you guys get in at 15 cents, right? Because that's what happened in 2021, okay? So I'm only going to do stuff where we get the same price, we participate. If I get wrecked, we all laugh together. Why? Because it's meant to be lottery ticket money, okay? Lunch money. And this is the game, okay? Unfortunately, we don't have like just 80 altcoins in crypto and you can buy like 10. We don't have that anymore, man. We've got literally like 80,000. Okay, there's 2,000 coins being minted a month. There's freaking 15 projects coming out every week, like professional projects, professionals. It's impossible. You just got to keep rolling them, and that's it. Maybe we learn something along the way, okay? So I'm just showing you this picture. This is a scheduled post from a long time ago. Okay, so this is one influencer out here. Look at this. Look at all these times that I'm very confident the bottom is in. The bottom is in. Bitcoin bottom is within 20% of its bottom. Buy more, buy more, buy more. Look at all these times. And look at this. Just crack the whole way. By the way, this still wasn't even the low. This was before FTX. Bang. Okay, so this was after FTX. But you can see here, right? Every single time. I bought the bottom today. That's as cheap as you can get in. And then it went bang again. So I remember this influencer as well. Guess what? This influencer here, I called the bottom of Bitcoin using him. I literally called the bottom. Go back to my Twitter. I called it because I posted this and I said, wait a minute. This dude, you're telling me he's been bullish this whole time. And you know, down here at 15, 16K, friends, at 16K, I remember he made a video and he said, guys, one more flush to like 13, 14K, then you should be good for a dip buy. Okay. I was just watching the whole time. I was like, bro, You've literally been buying the bottom on leverage using your commission, retailers, inside allocation, whatever it is, making your money, okay? You've been buying the bottom on leverage and posting it on YouTube every single week and getting destroyed on leverage. Millions of dollars blown, friends. Millions of dollars. And every time it would tick up, he'd make a video and then it would retrace and then it just disappeared for a week or two, okay? This whole time. And now you're saying it's going down? This has to be the bottom. I'm like, this has to be the bottom. It was the bottom. It was literally the bottom, okay? I can't believe I called it, okay? Because I remember I had a stack. There's like 30 influencers out there. Guess what, friends? None of them are bullish. It's basically just me and BCB and Crypto Crew University. For some reason, we were literally 3 of us. Every single other person, all 27 of them, bearish as hell. So I love seeing that. So here I am just to remind you, please remember, leverage trading has a 95% failure rate. And guess what? Yeah, your next trade that you do, 50-50. Maybe the next month or two, 50-50. But you play it long enough, more opportunities will be missed, okay? Because look, I'm just telling you right now, I am spending my mind, energy, right, this little peanut brain, looking at, okay, which ICOs can I do? Where's the next narratives? Okay, what other projects can I do? Can I DCA more of my bags, my core altcoin bags right now? That's where my mindset is. Once you do this leverage trading, you can't do all of it, okay? You can't, okay? You have to focus on that. And once you focus on that, you're now in a 95% failure rate in the next 12 months, which means whatever money you put in today, there's literally a 95% chance you have less money in 12 months than today, okay? So you put in like 20 grand in the account, within 12 months, you have less than 20,000. And think about those crucial 24 months, right? Or even 12 months during the Bitcoin halving year when we're looking for these other opportunities and we're gaining conviction, you know? So this is the game, friends. You got to be aware of it, all right? So please don't feed these influencers bank accounts by signing up to these exchanges. Like I heard, man, that, you know, friends, they're making, you know, they're making anywhere from $1 to $5 million per month, okay? I heard of like one of them making $100 million a month, okay? But that guy who claimed he was making $100 million a month just from Bybit referrals, he's known to be a liar, a LARPer. So what he does is he values Bitcoin at $1 million in his mind. Okay, so if he was making 100 Bitcoin somewhere, he'll actually tell people, I made $100 million. Okay, it's part of that weird, like, you know, like, oh, if you think it, then it's going to happen type of like mentality, but it just ends up being a flat outright lie. Okay, but it's still, the numbers are insane. These people made all their money off your backs, okay? They made the money off everybody getting wrecked. That's why these big influencers, you think, are they really wrecked? No, because they made all the income from everybody trading and getting destroyed and doing their crappy little triangles up and down here and there and always playing around, okay? So if you want to play that game, good luck to you. I'm not part of that game. I'll never be, okay? Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button all. Don't forget, it loves you. Catch you soon.